What is being asked for is extremely routine. The way it is getting asked for is extremely unique. Typically, it's the defense lawyers who are making these requests, but as I understand it, the defense they've made a normal discovery request, and within a discovery request, let's just say I'm the defendant, and I covered that, Mike. Let's just say I'm the defendant. When I request discovery, I'm entitled to whatever statements I made to any police officer, any agency, and that would include, in this case, where statements were made to the review board, to internal affairs as part of this review. Now, under Garrity, which has been mentioned, my statements made in this process as an officer cannot be used against me in a subsequent trial, which is where we are. Now, as I understand it, the city doesn't want to turn over these documents to the prosecution because their theory is they can't be used against me. But whether they can be used against me is beside the point. As a defendant, I'm entitled to all of those statements that are made. It is the prosecution's obligation to provide me, the defendant, at my request, those documents. But they have to get those from the arresting agency, whether it's the police, state troopers, deputy sheriff, in this case, police department. They are an agent of the state as well. And so they have an obligation to turn over discoverable documents and other evidences to the prosecution, so the prosecution then can meet their discovery obligation to the defendant.
So does the state's argument really have any merit?
The state's argument have any merit?
The cities? Yeah.
Oh, the cities? No, I think, well, I understand their argument. I think after the hearing, my expectation is the judge will order those items be turned over, because I think the defendant is entitled to them. And the typical way this flows is the prosecution gathers all the evidence from the agency, and then they produce it to the defendant after the defendant has made its request. And yeah, they've obviously done that quite some time back.